Okay. So Soul Tribe Huddle, it is the 25th of September 2019. So I thought what I would talk about tonight is I just wanted to go over just some simple things around connecting and being authentic. And, you know, I mean, a lot of this you guys might have heard already, but I just wanted to kind of go over it because I have been hearing this all week. And I just wanted to reiterate, you all, you need to ask any questions, just come off mute, just because it's a little bit staticky. So something that I think that is really important that some of us tend to miss a little bit is if you guys get promoted, share it on your page. Share it for the world to see. If you guys do something amazing in your day, even if it's just like a small little win, like a really, really, really cool idea that I'm going to actually start doing that I've heard someone else doing, and that is sharing a win, like say having a win a week and sharing it. And it might just be something little like, I don't know, maybe you went for a walk. I don't know, maybe the weather was shit and you went for a walk. That's a win. So share something that makes you look like you are really, or makes you relatable to people. You know, like most people, you know, they're working full time, you know, they struggle to get to do the things that they really love doing. And if they can see someone else going, you know, having the same issues, they're going to go, I totally relate to her. I totally get that. And the fact that maybe her win was that she, I don't know, she got out and had a walk on the beach, or, you know, maybe she, I don't know, maybe you managed to do one meditation or something. I don't know, whatever that is, but just celebrate that and post it, share it with everybody. Even if you're like sharing that on a live. So say, you know, I want to challenge you guys to get yourself on a live and share a win this week, once a week, and make that your live. Okay, so this week my win is that I don't know, got out of bed before, or got into bed before 10 o'clock at night or something, you know, whatever that win is, just share that, because it really does make you real and relatable. Tammy's putting her hand up. She must have done that. And, you know, I think, and this is something I know that Linda has talked a lot about lately, and that is that we forget about the pain, we forget about the hard stuff, we forget about the relatable stuff, we forget about the things that everybody really loves about, or everybody struggles with. But what we are trying to show is that we have this shiny, lovely life, but actually we're still real and we still have those hard times. And so those little wins can make a real difference to people. So if you're kind of thinking, you know, oh, I really want to do some lives, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about that. So jump on a live and just say, hey, it's Wednesday win of the week. I just want to talk about how today I rocked the fact that I don't know, got out of my way and did this, you know, and you'll be amazed how many people actually will start following you and taking a real interest in what you're doing. And so again, you know, something else that you can do is, you know, when you're sharing a win, it might be that you're sharing about how much you've actually grown. So your win might be that you're feeling better around putting yourself out there. Your growth might be the fact that your win might be the fact that you've got on a live. Like, hey, that's a win for me, right? So sharing how you've grown is really, really, you know, it's a really good way to help people, to make people see that you are relatable, you are a real person, you're not this shiny person on the other side of the screen. It also shows in your face. So, you know, I find that a lot of people in this business who have this plastic kind of profile where we hardly ever see their face, and we just might see the odd Dress Plus post and maybe the odd inspirational post. People don't know who you are. That's all they see of you. They actually don't see this real person. And so when you're actually showing your face in photos and on a live people can go, okay, well, they're getting to know you. They're getting to know who you are. And so again, you're relatable. So another thing that you can share is, what is it that makes you feel good? So what do you do that makes you feel really, really good? And sometimes we forget that too. We're like really into the, let's do the inspirational stuff, let's do the Juice Plus stuff, which is fantastic. But what is it about you that makes you feel great? What is it about you that gives you your calm or your peace or your joy in your day? And it might be, to you, it might be, you know, just, okay, well, that's boring. No one's going to want to know that. But again, you're sharing yourself. You're sharing a part of who you are so that people can really get to know who you are. And this is all really, really important when it comes to networking, because you want to be that person that when somebody thinks about holistic healing, nutrition, creating their own lifestyle, freedom, travel, whatever it is that you're putting out there, you want to be that person where they think, oh, if they're thinking about, oh, I'm not very well, I need to find something that's going to help me heal. Oh, that's right, Sarah, she's the person I go to, because she's seen all of your life. She's seen what you're doing, or she knows what you're doing. And the other thing is, you've been talking to her. You may not have been talking to her about the product or the business, but she knows what you're doing because you've talked to her. She's seeing your posting and she's going, oh, so Sarah knows exactly, she's the right person to go to because she's experienced in this. She understands nutrition. She knows how fruits and veggies and micronutrients work in the body and how it supports your body to heal. So networking is, so if we talk about networking, it's only successful when someone thinks of you when you have what they are looking for. So you can network till the cows come home, but networking is not about necessarily reaching out to people every day. Networking is about that success you get when someone comes to you and they say, oh, I see you're good at this. I want to know more about this. Or they tell someone else. So when you think about it, any prospects that you have, most of your prospects will either be a customer, a team member, or they will refer you to someone at some point in the time that they've been that prospect with you. But it doesn't mean that they're going to do it straight away. It can take like months or even years down the track before it happens. So making sure that you have that contact, that regular contact with that person or those prospects is really, really important. So something that I heard today, which I think is really, really cool, is that, well, it's really cool, but it's really true. Your cold market can become a warm market that easily, but your warm market can also become your cold market. So just remember that. And that's because if we're not keeping in contact with those like people that we used to go to school with, or those people that we used to hang out with in the playground or in the street, you know, or those people that we worked with years ago, if we're not keeping in contact with those warm market, they can easily become our cold market. And it's really easy to stay in contact with people without even necessarily sending them a message. You can do this and I do this regularly. So I've got like a big list of people that were really interested in the business, that are still kind of sitting on the fence, or they're interested in the product and they're still sitting on the fence. And what I will do, instead of constantly messaging them, because you don't want to be that pain in the ass, right? What I do is I actually love and comment on their posts. So I will do this regularly. And it's really easy if you've got someone who's obviously posting every day. But if they're not, I would just kind of love and comment on their posts whenever they're doing them. So it means that you are reminding them that, oh, you're still there. So, yep, you're still there. And when they need your support in whatever it is you're doing, then you will be the person that they go to. You will be their go-to person. So yeah, okay. So the other thing that I've done that. Okay, so yeah, so obviously a really good way of keeping in contact with people is making sure that you are posting in yourself consistently, doing lives consistently, even if it's once a week, and doing interactive posts. Interactive posts are really, really good. Anything that is going to make people want to comment on your posts, because what that does is that bumps up your algorithms as well. So you've got lives that bumps up your algorithms, you've got commenting and posting on other people's posts, you've got interactive posts of your own that you're encouraging people to talk to. And this doesn't have to be juice plus stuff. This can just be something random, like, what are you doing this weekend? Show me in a GIF what you're doing. Or, you know, what is your favorite color, or cats or dogs, you know, something that's really simple that people are going to love to respond to, because they love responding to stuff like that. And then, of course, the other way you do it is by sending them messages in Messenger. But, you know, sometimes, and I find this quite a lot, is, you know, I use Teamsy, and I love Teamsy because it keeps me consistent, it keeps me efficient, and it shows me who is the next person I need to talk to. And I have some people on my list who I'm talking to every couple of months, and when that person comes around again, I think, oh, and I look at them, our past messages, and if they haven't even seen my messages, or they haven't even commented, or they haven't answered it, then what I will do is, instead of sending them another message, I will actually go onto their post, and I will love and comment on their posts. So it's the same thing, you're still keeping up that connection. Something else that's a really good way of doing that connection, that regular connection, is a birthday message. So making sure you send them a message on Messenger saying happy birthday, send them a funny GIF or something, just to keep that connection going. And then that's a really good way of starting a conversation. So, and you know, while we're talking about that whole networking thing, you know, like, networking is about them thinking about you when they need you, right? Because they've seen what you're doing, they know that you're an expert in your field. And that only comes from time, consistency over time. So if you decide one day that you're just going to stop and you're just not going to post anymore, then what's going to happen is people are going to not see your post anymore, right? But also they're going to forget about you. So it's really, really important to, you know, everybody has a crap day, everybody has shit things happen, you know, people pass away, people have accidents, life gets in the way. But it's not necessarily about like taking a full break, you know, like, I don't know, not just stopping for about, you know, a few days or a week. Just doing is the minimal amount that you need to do on those days. So, you know, for example, you know, someone passes away. You might not feel like it, but even if you just put out one post, or if you just send one message, or you just do one follow-up. So just making sure that what you're doing is still consistent, but it's just the minimal amount that you need to do. Because, you know, even on a Sunday, so for example, I always say that I like to take a Sunday off, but I don't really take a Sunday off in terms of my posting. I'm still posting, and I'm still replying to messages when they come through. So I'm not generally doing any reach outs or any follow-ups, but I will still reply to messages, and I will still do my posting. So think about, what is your minimum around that? What is it that you can minimally do that is going to keep you consistent? You know, and obviously, you know, if you lose someone really close to you, the last thing you want to do is be doing any Juice Plus business. But, you know, one post is easy to do, even if it's like, hey guys, I'm okay. Yeah, it's crap time, but I'm okay. It's still a post. So, yeah, so the other thing is too, I think it's really important to remember that, you know, the seeds that you are planting today, so the seeds that you are planting and the messages that you are sending and the posting that you are doing, the connections that you are making, they will start harvesting 3 to 4 months down the track. So if you feel like you are working so hard, you're doing all your DMO, you're getting all this done and nothing's happening, it will happen. It's just that you're planting seeds at this time. And those are really important seeds to be planting because you want to give it time to grow and sprout, right? You're not going to plant a seed today and then expect to pop up in the earth tomorrow. It just doesn't work like that. You've got to water it, you've got to put it in the sun, you've got to make sure that it's tended to so that it has that opportunity to grow and sprout. And the thing is, people are going to want to see you keep going. So if you disappear, they're going to go, oh, I wonder what happened to her. She's kind of gone. They're not even going to think about that. They're not even going to notice and think about that you've actually gone. But if they see you consistently going, I mean, I've been in the business now for 2 years, and for the past 6 months, I've had people coming to me. So they've been coming to me and asking me, okay, I'm ready now. I want to order, or I want to get into the business. And then, you know, people that have been watching me for 1.5 years, they come to me and say, oh, can you tell me about what you're doing? I really love what you're doing. I give you an example. I went out last Thursday night with some old Bachelor of Social Work buddies that I trained with, I did my degree with. And gorgeous people, they're just beautiful. One of them is a customer of mine and she was keen to get on the team. Anyway, she was going on and on and on about the product and how amazing this is to everybody. But one of those guys said to me, who has never ever once commented or messaged me or anything or loved or anything on my post, said to me, I absolutely love what you're doing. He said, and he was like half the size as he was. I said, wow, you look amazing, Nita, what have you been doing? And he says, I've changed my lifestyle. He said, I was pre-diabetic, I had high blood pressure, and he said, I had decided I had to just change my life. But he's been watching me, and it was my inspiration that has supported his journey, his health journey. And he said to me, I'd love to do what you're doing. I'd love to be on your team. But he said, I'm so scared. I've got so much fear around it. But you know what? And that's just from him watching. And then another one actually said to me, she didn't even know what I was doing, and it was my friend who's been a customer for so long, and her going on about the capsules saying, well, what are you doing? Tell me what it is you're doing. Turns out she'd been doing the fat program and she'd lost all this weight, 30 kilos, and then she'd been plateauing for the last 6 months, could not lose it anymore. And now she's joining, she's doing the shred. And so there's a really good example of someone watching you all that time, and someone who hasn't even seen my post because she's never on Facebook, but as soon as it's brought up in conversation, she's really interested. Someone who I thought wouldn't be interested because she'd been doing another program for such a long time. So it's really important. That whole networking thing is really important. Yes, it's great to post, but we've still got to be talking with people. So yeah, and the other thing is, so, you know, if you keep going, you've got to remember that people are going to come back to you. They will, guarantee it. I've had people come back. Will you be around when they do? And will you be ready for them? It's just about being patient. It's about planting those seeds, being patient, keep doing the do. Keep working on yourself, keep growing yourself, and keep that passion up. Because, you know, sometimes it's easy for us to go, oh, it's not working. It's like that. I don't know if anyone's seen The Secret, but, you know, when one of the guys talks about how it's working, it's growing because we are visualizing what it is we want, and then nothing's happening, even though the sprout's there, and they're like, oh, shit, this doesn't work. And they're like, it disappears and dies. So that's exactly the same thing. It's about keeping that fire going, keeping that consistency going, because it does work. Believe me, it does work. So I'm just having a look at these messages. Sorry, guys, I haven't been watching them. Managed to not kill the kids, jumped on a live just to say to be happy and smile today. Oh, that's really nice, Sarah. There we are. Beautiful. Great example of just and maybe that's a win for the day, because you know you had a big day, first day of the school or second day of the school holidays. No, school holidays next week, eh?
School holidays start on Monday.
Yeah. Kieran, crap day, still did a message, got a reply, and she wants to get an order, 8 months of listening. Great example, Kieran. Fantastic. And the fact that you're not well today and you still sent a message out. There we are. So that's your minimum. I love that. It's fantastic. Yes, a friend saw me yesterday and said she loved my posts. Yeah, it's true. And people are watching, but they're not going to reach out to you and tell you so much. You're also watering your own garden yourself and growing to be able to be better, to better help others, bravo. That's true, absolutely. My girlfriend said and approached me about how she's seen my new business, so people do watch. They absolutely do watch, Rachel. Absolutely. So if anybody's got any questions, that's really all I wanted to talk about tonight.
I just wanted to share. Oh, is it big feedback? Hang on. Turn that one off. Is that? Yeah, that's better.
Who was that Linda that came on? Does anyone know Linda Coyne that just jumped on?
Hazel's still on volume, and I think Rachel is as well. That's the feedback, Tammy.
Hazel's just cut. She's just turned hers off. That's better.
So does anyone know that Linda Coyne? Sorry, Tammy, just before you say, honey, did anyone know who that was? Is that your lady, Maxine? Yeah, okay. Okay, sorry, Tammy, go.
No, that's okay. Yeah, just in relation to, you know, people watching you and stuff like that. Like, so I randomly went to a Zumba class, somebody else's class the other night at City Fitness, and this lady who I semi-know from the Zumba circles came running up to me, and I didn't even know if she was on my friends list or anything. I don't actually know. I've got to go and check, but she just came up and said, "Oh my gosh, I really, really love everything you're doing." And I was like, "What am I doing?" And she said, "Your Facebook, your group, like these cats, this detoxing stuff, like it's amazing." She said, I'm really embarrassed to tell you, but I've been stalking you for ages." I just really can't help it. Yeah, she just raved on about it, you know, and that was really, it was a really lovely surprise for me, because I just, you know, I was in a dark room dancing sort of thing, and this strange lady, and so yeah, it works, and I've actually had so many people come up to me lately and just say that they love what I'm sharing, and they love the Facebook group that I'm running and the information I'm sharing and stuff. So we're just, yeah, we're pretty happy about that. Definitely agree. We're planting the seeds, you know, and they're coming back slowly, but it's honestly months. Some of these people are watching for months. Yeah. And the other thing that I just wanted to share was, it's really easy to overlook the health improvements when you're pretty okay. Like me, I was really struggling to find health improvements, and then I realized today I was with a lady that I'm training up to work in my day job, and she said to me she's waking up at like 5:30 every morning, no matter what time she goes to sleep, she's waking up, and she believes that it's just like the natural cycle and the sun's coming up and stuff. And it really just made me stop and think, you know, before I started Juice Plus, I was actually waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I might have gone to bed at midnight. I was waking up at 3 in the morning, wide awake. And then I might stay awake for a couple of hours, and then I might fall asleep for a couple. And I just thought, is this like this getting old thing? Because I hear about these old people that can't sleep, or they sleep funny hours, or what the hell? And I really thought that I just didn't need sleep. And but since the Juice Plus, the one thing that has happened is I am not waking up at all. Like, okay, I might go to bed late, but once I go down, that's it. And there's no early morning wake ups, and I'm sleeping right through till about 8 easy.
She slept till 2:30 yesterday.
I slept right through the day on Sunday. So also just knowing when your body needs a rest and things, I'm much more in tune with it now. So yeah, I just wanted to share my wins. Thanks guys.
Great, thanks for sharing, Tammy. Anyone else want to share? Got a question? No? Cool. Well, I can let you guys go. I mean, you know, we kind of ran over with the event, so you know, if we want to, unless there's something else, any questions that you guys have got at all around logistical stuff. No? Okay.
Last question.
Go for it, Rebecca.
What about taking the pills and stuff on flights overseas?
Oh, it's great. Easy. You mean actually how do you get them overseas?
Yeah. Is there any trouble getting it across customs and stuff like that?
Not at all. Not at all. Real easy. It's you don't even have to declare it, Rebecca. It's seen as a supplement.
Okay.
I
Cool.
mean, we took it all through Asia, and we've taken over to Australia numerous times, and we had no problems. So yeah, nobody has any problems with it.
So can you take whole bottles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
Cool. And I had just the one more question about the Weight Watchers points. Does anyone know if it's okay for that?
Weight Watchers points. Don't know. Can you answer that one, Tammy? Do you know that one?
Don't know much about Weight Watchers, but I know that you're allowed fruit and I know you're allowed sugar. You just got a certain amount per day that you're allowed. So it's about calorie counting from what I understand. And they've just broken it up into a point system based on how many calories are in each product that they've deemed okay. But yeah, Weight Watchers is a funny one. But I would say that if they're doing Weight Watchers, they'll understand calorie counting and they should be able to just look at the carb and sugar content and factor it into their point system.
Well, I
I
did Weight Watchers years ago, and it's true. The point system is just an easy way of counting calories. And
yeah.
But the thing is, the calorie content of the capsules is so negligible.
Yeah.
They're looking at the
about it. I wouldn't even bother worrying about it.
I also, from what I understand with Weight Watchers, is that fruit and vegetables is 0 point system.
You know, I'm looking at the shakes.
The shakes. Okay, so that would be like, so it's 1 teaspoon of sugar.
It's got 1 teaspoon?
5 grams. 5 grams, basically. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, that'll help. Thank you.
Hang on. No, wait. Sorry, it might be 2.
You know, it's less than 5. I thought it was 2 because
it's not quite. Once you take out the fiber, it's kind of. I mean, I don't know if Weight Watchers do that, but with keto, we take out the fiber and that leaves you with the remaining sort of insolubles. Yeah. But it looks like it's just under 2 teaspoons, to be honest. Probably 1.5. 10 grams.
Right, please.
I don't even have it on here, but I thought it was 2 as well, because I remember having this discussion with someone about the isogenics ones that had 1 gram or something, and ours have got 2.
It just gets complicated with fibers, because with fiber, a percentage of your fiber cancels out some of the sugars because it actually helps pull it out of your body. But I think with Weight Watchers, they're a bit more strict than that. They don't even take that into account. So I would just safely say that it's 2 teaspoons. Yeah.
2 teaspoons?
I think I'm going to go. Bye.
Bye, Max.
I'm going to get going. See ya.
2 teaspoons or 1 teaspoon? I thought you said it was 1.
It's 2. I just read the packet. It's 10 grams. One teaspoon is 5 grams. Sorry, I was thinking about the caps. The shakes are 2 teaspoons. Yeah. But not all of that. Not all of that is cane sugar. Some of that is fruit and fruit. Yeah, the fructooligosaccharides.
Oh, the fructose. Yeah.
And the fruit and the apple fiber might be some of that as well. So sometimes some of those things are counted as sugars. Sometimes some of the carbs are counted as sugars, but it's actually the actual sugar content is 10.7 grams. So that is 2 teaspoons. And I wouldn't argue that with a Weight Watcher.
Yeah, I've heard that. All right.
I've got a few in my Zumba class. I've got a few Weight Watchers in my Zumba class, and you know, they eat things I wouldn't eat, and I eat things they wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
The original.
Okay. Anyone else got any questions?
I'll grab for you in a minute.
No?
It's not a question, Tanya, but I just wanted to quickly share.
Yeah.
So one of my mum's clients today was talking to her about how they have really bad arthritis.
Yeah.
And they're looking at, so he's the same age as mum, so 55, and they are looking at the hospital basically said, you're too young for a hip replacement, and we don't really know of a preventative, so just manage it with painkillers. If anyone saw my post, I know you did, Tanya. This is probably pretty similar to what I said today about taking the omegas. So we're looking at a potential customer there. I've said to mum, I might go with her next week and potentially try and align that customer with some omegas.
Great.
Because a lot of people that I know especially are struggling with arthritis and that. And it seems that particularly around arthritis, and I know my mum's doctor has done this a lot, they don't seem particularly keen, I don't know if anybody else has found this, they don't seem particularly keen to do any tests or find out what it is, like rheumatoid or osteo. And they aren't